Hi everybody, how is everybody doing today? So I'm back today. I'm back with you today. I'm trying to get my upload all my videos that I've been filming and just haven't had the time to upload. But this one, I had an unboxing. Because of everything going on, I haven't been able to put videos up, but I had an unboxing of BeeBeecraft, which I popped up, and I made those herbal teas, which was my first project. Now my second project, I'm going to be using the felt that I got from them. So I got this type of felt, and I also got these type of felt, but this type of felt I want to leave until my live, only because it's fusible. Which means that I can iron it onto fabric, and it looks really cool for what I want to do. So I'm going to leave that till Friday. But tonight's video, I saw in our group, Jan. Hi Jan, if you're watching. She's been making this beautiful flowers out of felt, and she made what type of flower was it that she made in the group? She made a type of flower I can't remember offhand. But it was beautiful. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. And I commented and I asked her where she was finding these patterns, because she was making different flowers and she was popping them up. And she said one of the patterns that she came across, I said, is there a pattern for a bluebell flower? Because I love bluebells. Bluebells are my favourite flower of all time. Every spring we have them grown outside our front living room window, and she said yes, there is. So I'm going to attempt, that's what this is, to attempt to make a bluebell. So because I've got a beautiful watering can that Esme's daughter made me for last month's swap, and I want to pop a flower in there. So the things you will need are, you will need felt. Now I'm making bluebells, so I'm going to be using blue, and I was thinking of using like a darker purple, because sometimes they start off purple and then they become quite light. I might make a purple and a blue one. Anyway, for now I'm making a blue one. So you'll need some felt. Now this felt I had off BeeBeecraft. I'll put the code for it if you want to go and get it. It's still on their site, I've checked, and it's really, really good felt. You have loads of different ranges, which is fantastic. So you will need, for the one I'm doing, you will need a yellow one, which is this, and you'll need a blue one. I will be doing the leaves in a minute. And you'll need, now I'm sewing, but you can glue it. So I'm also using the polyester cotton threads I had off them. Again, to match the felt is perfect because it comes in a variety of different colours. So the colour I've chosen to match the blue felt I've got here is like an offset blue. It's really, really nice. And then I'll obviously pick a yellow to do the yellow. So the first measurement you need is to cut 6 blue. Now you need it 5 by 4, and you need 6 of them. So I've done 2 by here, and I'm just gonna cut in the middle because I haven't marked it up, and then I'm going to use this as my template to cut. I need 3, 4, I need 2 more. Really easy to cut this felt as well. There you go, that should be my 6. So you need 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'll be counting this as my 6. Now I'm also using some spray starch to starch the petals so they become quite stiff so they don't flop. And that's as far as measuring goes at the minute. And my needle is all ready to go. I used one of the needles that was in the set that came with the cottons, and I've also, you'll need a small scissors as well. I'll explain why in a minute. So 4 by 5 centimeters are your little patches. You want to fold it in half the long ways. So I think this side is the 5, remembering? Yeah, this is 5. So fold it in half, and you're going to take your little scissors and you're just going to make slits, and these will become your petals. So you open it up and you've got a ton of slits. Now the middle one will need to cut in, so you fold this in half. And I'm just going to fold, there you go, and you just continue to do that with all 6 of them. Now I've made one, obviously made a bluebell. I haven't made the stem because I actually wanted to do that on video with you all, because I've never made these before, and I thought, well, you may as well give it a go, and if all else fails, it fails. You can't say you haven't given it a go. That'll do, and then this one. Now, when I look at bluebells, I see they begin like bluebell seeds are really, really big. Now, me and Chris, when we when I say me, when Chris laid the garden completely flat in the front, we thought by pushing all the bluebell bulbs sort of down towards the front, because they were scattered everywhere, it would grow. But it doesn't turn out that way, because every year what happens is, just like any other plant, they begin to die, and then the seeds that come from the flowers that have died scatter on the ground, and that's where you get them going everywhere. So all I'm doing is I'm cutting at an angle. So I'm just going to make one of these bluebells on camera. I got 2 more there. And then I'm going to make the rest of the, what are we on, 4? So I've cut them at an angle, as you can see. So now you do the other side. So you cut the other side at an angle, and these become your petals. It's quite fiddly to do, actually. There you go. So you end up having something that looks a little bit like that, but obviously neater. The leaves, you don't have to cut them exactly the same. I cut mine quite deep in. Now this is the part where you might want to glue it. So I'm gonna, first of all, before I go any further, I'm gonna go and cut my petals to all 5 of them, and I'll see you when all 5 of them are done, and I think we'll do it that way. Should we do it that way? No, I'll make one and then I'll come back when then I'll show you them all finished. Let's do it that way, Claire. Right. So spray with some spray starch on both edges. It doesn't matter if you've put quite a lot on, because you're actually doing it a favour, because it's going to be become quite stiff. So we need to roll it first to make a tube, and we need to just bring those 2 ends together. Now this is where it does become quite fiddly, but you sort of need to bring the 2 ends together. So get your needle, wherever that is. Now what I did on this one is I started on the bottom and then worked my way up, but because I've made the one, I don't know, let me do it this way, and then so go in the inside. You're not going to see the inside. There you go. That was me, that was not putting a knot in. Right, wait a minute, because there's no knot in there. So you want a knot on the end of your cotton. Press and film in.
Sorry.
You are. Where's my cup?
Sorry.
There. Right, here's my knot. It becomes quite fiddly, but I promise it doesn't usually take this long. It didn't take me this long when I did it. So, we want to stitch in, and I'm just going to put a couple of stitches, and then I'm going to pull it tight. There you go, that's tight. Right, what you want to do now is gather the bottom up, and I'm just going to keep gathering. I'm gathering little stitches because you will pull this tight, but the smaller the stitches, the better it'll pull. I found when I made the first one. All the way. Now, the next bit is up to you what you use. Right, pull it tight till you get your little bit of your shape, and then you want to sew that completely in. Now, when I did the first one, I did the bottom end, and I thought, oh wait, now how do you seal it? Because when you come to sealing it, this is where you can use a glue gun or some sort of glue, because you need to seal that edge there. Now what I did, I am taking my needle out, is I got some 3-in-1 and I put a little bit on my fabric, and then I pressed it, and then I glued it, but I gave it some time before I sewed it. So that's basically the shape you're after, and then you pull back the petals. So I'm going to stitch now from there, and I'm going to stitch sort of all the way to the end petals. So if I show you on this one, there's the petal end, and I've just stitched right underneath. Don't know whether you guys can see that. So I'm going to do that to this, and then I'm going to make the rest of the petals, and we'll move on to the next stage. Right, I'm back with a cup of tea. I've done all 6. I've sewn all 6 up, so that's what they look like. Now, I did use a skewer just to curl around the edges, but they're not staying curled. So I don't know whether to put a tiny little bit of glue on them. What do you guys think? Because they look a bit sharp to me. The petals look a bit sharp, and when they curl they look a bit softer. So I have done it to them, you know, all of them, but whether they stay like that is a different matter. I might have to figure out what I need to put on them for them to stay curled. Any suggestions, please comment below, because I'm up for suggestions. I did use some spray starch hoping then that would fix it, but it hasn't. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm going to make a few of these because I want them in my watering can. So we need to make the tips now to go inside them, and I have got a bit of yellow. Why am I using paper scissors? I've got some yellow, and you're gonna cut. Now this is only a tiny piece, but we need 6 of them, and this is 1.5 by 1, and you need 6 of them. So what I'm gonna do is literally like I did last time. 2. They're tiny. 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 5. I need 2 more. 5. That'll last 1. 6. So I still got loads of fat left from those 2 pieces. Right, now what we need is a bit of wire. Now I was planning to use this, which is 0.3. I know somebody's going to ask me the gauge. It's 0.3 mils. This is quite thin, and I need to bend it in half for it to be quite thick. So what I've done is I've got this out now. This is quite deep. I don't know where my little tool has gone. Yes, I do. I'll be back and I can tell you the gauge of the wire. I can't find it, so it's the old-fashioned way. So I think I would say roughly, I'm not saying 0.3, but I know it's not 0.3 because that's 0.3. Either or, it's a bit thicker than that one, right? So I need to cut. Did I not get a cutters out? No, I didn't get a cutters out. Wait a minute. Right, I have everything now. So move everything I don't need out the way. I'm just going to cut this end off because it's not straight and I'm not straightening up, it's too bent. So I want to cut 6 of these, and they measure about 9 centimeters long, and I need 6 of them because we've of course got 6 petals. So I'm going to cut all 6 of these and I will be back with you once I've done that. Okay, so cut 6. You'll need some glue, and you take one of your little yellow squares and you want to glue it lengthways down. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the felt to begin with, and I'm just moving it along with a wire, and then tightly I want to turn it as tight as I can, because this is going to create the bud that goes in the center of the flower. So you should have something that will look like this in a second. You should have something that looks like that. It's a bit difficult to show you on camera. So I'm going to do that to all the 5 of them. Once you've done that, then you just cut it down, but I'm going to leave it dry, I think. Just shape the top so it's almost like a little triangle, but I'm going to leave it dry and then cut it. So I'm going to do all that so it looks like that to begin with, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like once I've done all of them. I'll be back in a minute. Right, so what I've done is I've done the little yellow buds and I've wrapped it around with florist tape, the pink wire, so the pink wire doesn't show. Now I've done all these, you can see the little buds in there. So I'm going to do the last one with you. So you want to leave it a couple of centimeters and pop a little bit of glue on the edge. Now I've left it a couple of centimeters from the stem. Wait a minute, I've got a glue string. And push it through a hole. Right, once you're there, you're there. Now I'm going to cut the leaves. So bluebell leaves are quite long, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm just going to cut there. So that's my leaf. I might even thin that down a little bit. That's better. So we need possibly 3 of these. So again, they don't have to be the exact same size. This one will probably be a lot thinner. I've got that the wrong way. I'm not making a banner, Claire, I'm making a leaf. So I'm just going to shape it like I did the last one. This felt is so easy to cut, so there's 2. And then 3. So fold it in half like you've just done. I'm going to just shape the end off. Oops. And I'll shape this end off. And then probably, I just want to shape that. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted mine a little bit to have a little bit of shape. So that'll do for me. Right, next thing you need now is literally constructing it all together. So we need 16 centimeters of wire. Like I say, I'm using the pink wire today, but you could use any wire. And I'm just going to cut it there. So there's our 16, and it's fun time. So it's constructing it. So take your florist tape. Now I'm going to start mine off a little bit. There you go. And then I'm going to take this one because it seems to be the longest. And when you get to, probably tape that. When you get to here, now I'm going to put another one on. Just going to bend it a little bit. Determine how much I actually want. So I'm going to go for that much. And like I say, it's the constructing of it now. And I'm keeping the florist tape quite tight, so I'm going to stop there. And I want to push mine to about there, I think. So I've actually used everything, apart from the florist tape and the wire, everything's come from BeeBeecraft. And you can shape them as you want. Now I'm going to make mine go the other way. So I'm going to grab another one. Because my bluebells out the front tend to go two different ways. When you look at bluebells, they do go 2 different ways. I'll stop that there. And I'm just pulling the tape. Right. And then the last one I want sort of to come down here, so I need a little bit more wire. Right, so I'm going to go the last one probably there. Right, now it's at this stage I'm going to turn it a little bit more, and then I'm going to start putting the leaves on. So I'm just going to keep going, spinning all the way around until I get to the bottom of my wire. And I find florist tape so satisfying when you're trying to do it. Doesn't take long. I'm going to make more of these. I want a whole bunch, and I want mine to be in like purples and blues and that kind of thing. Snap it off when you got 2 minutes. Now I'm going to try and shape them, see if, because of the way I've put them, I'll go there. There's my bluebells. Right, so these leaves, I might use this one. Bluebells tend to have quite long leaves. I'm going to take my florist tape. First of all, I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the end. And I'm going to pop that there, just to keep it there. And then I'm going to take my florist tape and wrap that completely around. Now the glue should make it stick anyway. Right, and the next one I want here. So I want a little bit more of my florist tape. Okay. And again, I'm going to wrap it round tight. Instead of going up this time, I'm going to go down, sorry, instead of going down with the florist tape, I'm going to go up. But you can sort of see it coming. Woohoo! We've got some bluebells. Right, the next one, I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. Only because I want it a little bit thinner. So it's 3 measurements. The bluebells themselves were 4 by 5. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue right at the bottom. And then I'm just going to pop it there. Once I've got it in place, take my florist tape. Now, BeeBeecraft, oops, they do wire. They also do they do the felt, as you know. Now, I didn't get the wire and the just want a little bit more. There. And that is my bluebells. There's a little bit of glue on the leaves. I'm hoping that'll come out. Anyway. There's my bluebells. I hope you give it a go. Let me know if you give this a go. Like I say, there's 2 measurements. The bluebells themselves were 4 by 5 centimeters. The little yellow buds were 1 by 1.5, and then leaves you just cut as you want. But I'm gonna make a few of these, and I'm gonna make them in lilacs and blue. And yeah, I can have bluebells all year round. So I really do hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you have, and let me know if you give this a go. Thank you, Jan, for the inspiration. I really wanted to give this a go the minute she told me about it. The felt, I'll leave all the codes of everything I've used in the description, and like I say, they still got everything in stock if you want to go over and check them out. So until my next video, have a lovely day and I will speak to you all very soon. Take care ladies, bye now.